So, what is your highlight of this season so far?
Highlight of the season was the third round of the FA Youth Cup. We played at Old Trafford against Man United. Unfortunately, we did lose 1-0, but we uh, we did really well, and we was really proud at the end of the game. And we should have won the game really, but to play at a stadium like that's just unreal. It's probably the highlight. Yeah.
And what was that like playing at Old Trafford? Obviously, it's a huge stadium. What was it actually like to be on the pitch and see how big it is as well? How did that play a difference in anything?
Yeah, I think a lot of the lads were, and especially me, I was more up for it. So if we were playing Man U at the training ground or whatever, it's still a big game. But playing at Old Trafford, like you don't get to play there often, and it just psyched everyone up, and it was different. Everyone had a bit of nerves the first 10 minutes. Not playing how we usually would, but then we settled down because there was quite a big crowd there as well. We settled down and then we started playing well. Yeah.
How do you adapt to that? I mean, especially like you mentioned there, from playing at like training grounds, then playing at Old Trafford in front of a crowd as well. Do you kind of hear the crowd when you're playing, or are you like more zoned in? What's the difference like between the training ground and stadiums?
Obviously at the training ground you can hear everything. You can hear the coaches, you can hear all your teammates, like even if they're the keeper and we're in there half. But when there's a bit of a crowd, like if anything was to happen, like a big tackle or a big chance, you do hear it, and it does make it hard to hear the coaches or your teammates. But you just got to stay concentrated, and if you stay concentrated, you should be all right.
What is one stadium that you would like to play at?
Stadium I'd like to play at is probably, I don't know, maybe like Real Madrid Stadium or Barcelona's, because obviously they're massive. Luckily enough, I've already played at Wembley,
Yeah.
so that's one ticked off the list. But yeah, so probably maybe one of them two, because they're massive, and it would be a good experience.
Yeah. And what was that experience like at Wembley? Obviously, as you've said, just Old Trafford, Wembley as well. You've already
Yeah.
ticked off quite a few
Yeah,
good
yeah,
ones.
yeah. It was good. I was about 12 when I did play at Wembley, but it was before a playoff final, and there was still a massive crowd there, even though it was before the final. But it was unbelievable. I couldn't believe I was playing at Wembley, where England play. But yeah, that was surreal.
And how do these experiences like inspire you, especially like going further on into your career? Um, does it give you like that inspiration, that motivation to get back at those
Yeah,
stadiums and in front of those big crowds?
yeah. So I played at quite a few stadiums, and obviously they've been mostly empty. There's been a few hundred fans there, but it does get in your head, like, to play in these stadiums that are full. Uh, I don't think anything could beat it, if I'm honest, with a full stadium playing. But yeah,
What would you say the best one is that you've played at so far?
funnily enough, I think I'd say Bournemouth. Not because of the stadium, but because of the atmosphere in the stadium.
Yeah.
There was about 2,000 fans there, and it made it a really, really exciting game. And it was just brought 2,000 fans at Bournemouth, fairly full for them.
Yeah.
But yeah, it made it really good and really special.
Yeah. And obviously, you being a centre mid, what would you say your best attribute is as a player?
I think my best attribute as a player would probably be doing all the dirty stuff. So like tackling and breaking up play, doing stuff that most people don't want to do. But obviously, my other side of the stuff is good. But I'd say my main attribute would be that.
Do you enjoy that more then? Would you rather like do a last minute tackle than score a winning goal?
Yeah, I feel like there's something about having a last ditch challenge to help us see the game off, to win, rather than scoring a goal. I think I just get more excitement out of it and more adrenaline out of it.
Yeah.
But that's just me. But obviously, other people will probably be different.
Yeah. Brilliant. Thank you for your time.
No worries.